How are you, Camila? How is it going?
I'm good. It's exciting times right now at the foundation. Well, first of all, I'm Camila, and thank you so much for this opportunity to show what we are doing here in the South. And I'm residency coordinator at the foundation. Other than the grants, we have a bunch of different projects and programs aimed to Latin American artists and also curators and different agents. Yeah, exciting times right now with the grants and ongoing projects right now.
Well, it's a great pleasure to have you today because this kind of opportunities, they're very scarce and rare. So for us, it's very important to support our community based in Latin America and to spread the word about this kind of open calls and to help institutions finding right candidates and applicants for these kind of opportunities. So thank you once again for being with us. And I'm curious, and I think others as well, to know more about Fundación Ama Amoedo, like what kind of projects you do, how old is the foundation, what is the main scope of the work, and these kind of things. So it would be interesting to know about that.
Yeah, for sure. So we are kind of brand new. So the foundation, it's close to the second anniversary. It was founded into 2021 by Ama Amoedo. And well, it was a way of establishing and formalizing all the support and patronage that she has been doing independently for the past 20 years or so. So Amalia is from Argentina, but now she lives and works in Uruguay full time. And she's an amazing philanthropist, art collector, and supporter. So in 2021, the foundation started in Uruguay. We're based here with our first program and initiative, which is FARA. And that are it means Fundación Ama Amoedo Residencia Artística, which means artist residency. And that was the first initiative. So FARA started in 2021 at Casa Neptuna, which is kind of like a feminine version of Neptune's house. It's by the sea, of course. And it was built and designed by this amazing Argentinian artist, which is called Edgardo Jimenez, who is not an architect, but an artist and designer. And he created this crazy pop space in which we invite, well, the foundation through a selection committee of curators invites 6 artists each year to have a 6 weeks residency, which it's mainly based on research. We did not ask artists to produce or to create anything specifically for the residency. And it's like super customized. We create an agenda that's part of my daily work at the residency to accompany them in their research and to help them know people of interest and different activities. So that was the first year of the foundation. And since this year, we expand under the direction of Veronica Flom, which is the director, and of course, Ama Amoedo. They created together a bunch of different programs and initiatives that kind of broaden the spectrum of support that we do. So it's not only for artists right now, but also for curators and different agents all through Latin America. So we have a few regional connections with local institutions. We support art festivals, film festivals, and different projects here in Uruguay. We support, of course, other exhibitions through all Latin America. This year, we had this amazing partnership with Casa Wabi in Mexico and the Cine Foundation in London. So we did 2 open calls who are especially destined and targeted towards artists in Argentina and Uruguay. And 2 artists from Argentina are traveling to Mexico to participate in that program. And 1 artist from Uruguay is going to London just in like next week, I think. And well, I don't want to go like on too much about this, but another amazing program, it's our curatorial research trip, which I think it's great because it's not meant to Latin American curators, but from international curators around the globe. And we invite them to know and to get to know in person the scenes, the art scenes in Argentina and Uruguay, and to really get to know the artists and different workspace and institutions and museums that we have here in the South. So that's kind of like the main picture of the
Yeah,
foundation.
that's a
We
lot.
do have, yeah, we do have a kind of like a main focus on Argentina and Uruguay, but we seek to broaden that and to really connect and create dialogue all over Latin America. And that leads us to the grants, which is like a super open call, which is meant not only for artists, institutions, organizations, not only from Latin America, but also maybe a museum that wants to do something with Latin American artists. So that's really exciting, and it's the first time we do it.
It's also for us the first time that we host this kind of Q&A about the multiple open calls that the organization provides. And that's really exciting because it's not only for artists, but it's also for organizations, et cetera, et cetera. And I would also like to say that it's incredible how you facilitate this exchange between the local art scene with the international one. So yeah, thank you for this overview. It's really exciting. And now closer about the open calls. So would you prefer to talk the specific one or to give a short overview about each of them? Because I think all of them are pretty important and again, rare. So
Yeah, of course. So we are doing right now what is like one open call that has 4 categories. So the main idea of the grants, it's the same. If you download our terms and conditions, which I will get back later on that, the main idea is to support and to bring resources and opportunities to all agents in the art scene in Latin America. So the best way we could find to do that was to make these 4 categories, which is our artists, art and social engagement, publications, and organizations. Each of them have specific requirements and conditions, but the main idea it's kind of like the same throughout. So we decided to make them about a strong connection towards Latin America and not only for Latin Americans. It's a small difference, but I think it's important because that means not only people that are nationally from Latin America can apply, but also it was important for us to keep in mind cultural heritage, first generations of, for instance, Americans that come from a Latin American family, and also institutions working and trying to really broadcast and to expand the possibilities of Latin American artists all over the globe. So I don't know if maybe I can go like one by one. telling a little bit of the difference between each other. So the first one is artist, and as it says, it's meant specifically for artists. All of them are $10,000 grants, so it's 100 in total. And the one for artists is specifically for created and research projects. So the main idea is applying with a specific project that has 1 year of a deadline to be completed. And we tried to make it a little bit of a big kind of condition. So we wanted to be surprised a little bit of what people have to offer and what kind of projects and proposals we will receive. So, oh, sorry, you first a little.
So you are not trying to limit, but instead applicants can be as creative as they want, right?
Yeah. So there are a few like requirements other than the connection with Latin America. It has to be a specific project. It has to be on budget. But other than that, well, the deadline, of course, it has to be doable, as you can say. And that's kind of it. It is focused on the visual arts in a way that it has to involve visual arts. So maybe a documentary or a film, but that is based on an artist or the topic it's related to visual arts, it could apply as well. So that's kind of the idea of the artist grants. And the other ones, well, it was important for us to have this art and social engagement one that could be applied by an individual or an organization, a nonprofit, or maybe an artist collective or something like that. And of course, again, the visual arts are important to us because it's the main focus that we have in the foundation right now. And well, I don't know what else to say about this, but it's, again, we're not limited about this.
Yeah.
It's the idea of helping community and to really make a difference.
Yeah. And how many initiatives can you support within this grant?
So artists are 4 grants. 2 are open to all artists from everywhere. 2 are kind of like a quota for Argentina and Uruguay. The social engagement one has 2 grants, and the other 2 are 2 as well, so 10 in total.
Okay, and for the social engagements, applicants should be from Latin America, or it's also not limited geographically?
Not necessarily. So we say like strong connection either by nationality, cultural heritage, and or where the project is going to be done. That could be maybe an institution from, I don't know, Europe that wants to come to an art fair here and bring Latin American artists, or the other way around. Maybe a Biennale who wants to bring Latin American artists to somewhere else. So that's not limited in that way.
Amazing. And there is also the third one, right?
Yeah, the third one is for organizations. So that is a bit more wider than the art and social engagement, because that specific project for organizations can imply a bunch of new different things, maybe an exhibition, as I was saying, or another residency program anywhere in the world that wants to work with Latin American artists, maybe a conference. So what is important, I think, to remember in all of these open calls is that we aim to support specific projects. So it's not for, I don't know, operational expense, for instance, but you have to do a specific thing. And the last one is for publications, which also you can apply as an individual or as an editorial house. We do try not to fund like profitable spaces, even if there are art galleries or big editorial houses. The idea is to really make a difference with these grants. So the publication one could be on paper, could be online, could be an artist trying to, for instance, do their first book, or a book about Latin American art. So yeah, that's like the main thing about all of them. And the publication one is also 2 grants, 2 spots. And that's the only one that has a bigger deadline to the project, because we understand that books can have a longer time to be made. So that deadline is 2 years instead of 1.
And the deadline to apply for the grants is 15th of May, right?
Yeah.
Yes, for all of them.
For all of them, yeah.
So as far as I understood, the organizations which are based in Latin America or outside of it, who are willing to work with the artists or actors from Latin America, they are eligible to apply no matter where they're based. Like, important is the focus of their projects, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's great. And maybe we can give a little hints on how to apply for the grants for any of them. Maybe you could give.
Yeah, for sure. So I can share my screen real quick. I think I'm not.
Let's see. Now you should be able to do that.
Great. So I don't know if you're seeing my screen right now.
Yes, we can see it.
Amazing. So this is our website.
Beautiful website.
Right now, I set it in. So our website, it's the name of the foundation, which is Fundación Ama Amoedo.org. You are probably going to enter the website based on the language you have your device on. So right now I set it in English so I can show you a little bit. So in instance, to apply, in the main page, you're gonna see now in green the word grants. If you click there, it's gonna lead you to our grant page. So you have here a little overview of each grant with the amount of the grant and a little information about who can apply to the artists, social engagement, organizations, and publications. If you go to the little menu on the left, you can also check out the jury. This year we have an amazing jury from different places in Latin America. So Sonia Beche is an independent curator from Argentina. Judy Rafael is also an independent curator and researcher based in São Paulo, Brazil. And Marina Reyes Franco is from Puerto Rico. Right now, she's the curator of the Contemporary Art Museum in Puerto Rico. So if we go back to application, this is kind of like the important part. You'll see that all of our grant information, it's available in Spanish, English, and also Portuguese.
Great.
Yeah, so, well, here again, you have the deadline and a little bit more information about the amount of grants and stuff like that. And on the last column on the right, you can download the PDF of terms and conditions. I'm gonna go real quick here. So here you'll have everything regarding general conditions, restrictions, about the jury, the selection criteria, and all the documentation you have to submit in order to apply.
Okay.
So in order to apply, we'll go back to the website. If you click on apply here, I'm gonna just visualize it so I don't download it again. This is our application form. So as you can see, it will ask you a few basic questions like which grant category are you applying? Are you applying as an individual or institution, collective, entity, etc.? And depending on that, you will have to complete personal information. And then it's about you, the proposal, motivation, and budget.
Awesome. I expected it to be more complicated, but it looks like totally doable.
Yeah, so here it looks a little funny because I didn't download it, but this is a Word document, super easy to fill, and you have the specific amount of words you can include per point. So after you download this and you complete the application form, you have to submit it through email. I'm gonna show you on screen so it's easier to remember. So this is the email of the open call, which is opencall@fundacionamamoedo.org. And you will have to send by email the application form in PDF format. And also we ask for 3 to 4 different documentations, which are a copy of your identity card, that could be a passport or driver's license, etc. CV, a curriculum, and a portfolio. So these 2 documents tend to make people a little confused, especially when you're applying as an organization. So the portfolio in those cases that it's not like an artistic portfolio could be used as a way of expanding visually the proposal you are applying with. So that's it. Once you have all this 4 documents in PDF, you send us by email. And the important part is in the subject of the mail, you will only have to put the name of the grant you're applying, either artist or art and social engagement, and nothing else.
Great. Thank you, Camila. Thanks a lot. And I think we already have some questions in the chat.
Amazing. So one last thing before I stop sharing screen. Sure. We have one more point of the menu, which is Q&A. So a lot of basic, regular, frequent questions are uploaded here for you to review. Now, great. Let me go back to Zoom.
Thank you once again. And yeah, I see questions. First one is from Karen Simonian. Karen says, thanks for this opportunity. What is the grant period of activity? When can activities start, and etc.?
Okay, so the grants, the deadline for the open call is May 15, as we were saying. After that, it comes the review period. And we are announcing via email to the awardees the news around June 17. So after that and the public announcement, it comes the legal bureaucratic part, which is signing a contract and providing the information, the bank information for the wire. After the contract is done, which will probably take like a month, you could start your project. And from the foundation, we ask 2 reports, one at 6 months and one after the year is completed. And for all the grants except publications, the period is 1 year to complete the project. And for the publication period, it's 2.
Great. Karen, I hope we answered the question. And then another question for publication is, is there a minimum copies to publish?
No, there's not minimum copies to publish. It could also be a digital project, so it could be to do a blog or something even immaterial. So there's not a minimum copies.
Okay. And the game question about publication from Ana Barajas. Can we submit a co-edition with the university?
So in that case, I